on the stage here. With me will be Sergio Caldeirinha with how to set up a Lean Dojo. So Caldeirinha, welcome.
Hello.
And I will be helping you.
Thank you, Christoph, and thanks for handing over. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be on this second edition of Lean Global Connection. It's a pleasure to talk from Portugal, land of sailors as well. So let's continue on sailing and on our journey. So we are here to talk a little bit through how to set up a Lean Dojo. There are here a few words around it that introduce our session. So there is more to a dojo than training for operators. At Toyota, a dojo is a place for peer collaboration, where sensei share experience and learn from one another to further develop their skills. There is more. At Toyota, dojos are commonly used in non-manufacturing environments like sales and marketing, safety, inspection, and so on. So in this presentation, we will try to guide you through on how to set up a Lean Dojo and leverage it to the fullest. We will share some practical examples here from Lean Academy Portugal, where we have set our own educational dojo, okay? So moving forward into our presentation, just few words to present myself. We are on a tight schedule. So all the questions at the end, I will be more than glad to support those. If not in here, please just connect through the LinkedIn. It will be easy to find a surname like Caldeirinha. There are not many out there. So pleased to engage and to support you on your journey as well. So I'm a father of two. I'm 48 years old. I born in 1973, which was a good year, at least here in Portugal. I have a few hobbies. I like water sports, surfing, bodyboarding, and also two-wheels rider. So I'm a motor guy. And since 97, Lean thinking and practice has been my playground. For a number of reasons, never left this field of competences. So learning and still learning. So let's kind of move on. I will try to guide you through here different areas where I am. So be with me. There will be some transitions here and there, okay? But stay with me. I'm moving now to our digital board, okay? So I'm changing my camera, okay? And I will join you in 10 seconds, I would say, okay? So hold on. So here I am, okay? So actually, what is a Lean Dojo, okay? What is its purpose? I have mentioned that here on our academy, we are using it and we have built it for educational purposes, okay? But I'm not here definitely to teach you nothing about Lean Dojos, okay? I'm just a learner. So I'm here to share my experience with you. So we have different targets and purposes. Is it for recruiting? Is it for onboarding? Is it for teaching operators or persons? It is for coaching. Well, you can name it a different perspectives and angles where a dojo makes sense. And you all have heard probably, some of you, about Lean Transformation Framework, okay? So we will step into a little bit later into the presentation on our famous house, the LTF. But you probably know about its first dimension, right? So where it's actually where we all need to start. What is the problem that needs to be solved? Okay, and if we want to think about Lean Dojos, so we need to think about what is the problem that a Lean Dojo is supposed to solve. Okay, and we all learned from Toyota and others about the versatility matrix. Okay, so we can add here one already designed very quickly, and let me guide you through. So what is your purpose? Okay, we can think on several purposes. Okay, if you are trying to attract people, you can use it for recruitment or even for selection. Okay, building a set of experiences where the candidates go through the experiments, and at the end you will make your own filter. Okay, and for the ones that are already on the organization and that are just starting, we can use it for onboarding. Okay, and if we are making the onboarding, we can go through our Lean toolbox, right? We can use our TWE, okay, training within industry, with the job instructions, handbook, and so on and so forth. So we have covered number one, but you can also use it to some extent, okay, for mastering here doing the work, okay? You can have and here the purpose of, let me just change colors probably to work better, okay? How to understand the variations around the 4 M's, okay? You can think on variations on machines, okay? You can think on the man or even on the method, okay? And you can master your dojo to suit these needs. Moving on, okay, you can even go into problem solving, okay? It's not actually just doing the work, it's mastering the work. So we can go through a PDCA way of think and how that correlates with a 3 report, okay? And here we are giving the tools to improve the work. So actually we need to master knowledge and competences around problem solving and continuous improvement, okay? But not last but not the least, you can use it also for coaching, okay? Where the dojo suits the purpose of having persons within the organization that are used to teach and coach other coaches. So we can go through the kata, okay, that it's a well-known Toyota method, and we can again use training within industry, but now the job relations, okay? So actually, what is the problem that you want to solve? This is basically where you need to start, okay? So here, we kind of need to focus. Do I need to have it all at once? Should I start here, there? Well, again, it's up to you. Let us kind of jump now to the concept, okay? What was the primary days of this concept? So if I want to share that with you, I will kind of guide you through the concept, okay? Our concept of our dojo, okay? And basically, the first thing I want to share with you is that it was based on partnerships, okay? We had here no investment whatsoever, €0, okay? How did we achieve that? Just because we joined forces with Oyster and Frismag, where we actually are, okay, inside their facilities. And all these premises are their own premises, but we have joined forces. We can use the place, we have also jointly defined and designed it to achieve both purposes. Okay, and now they use it for their own programs and we use it for our own programs. And we share the premises and they can attend to our sessions as well. So there is zero money, zero financial transactions. That's one of our basic concepts here, okay, based on the partnerships. So it's a completely win-win relation, not only from Lean Academy Portugal and Oyster and Frismag, but there is also a third winner, okay, which is the participants that engage into our activities, because they are here near the Gamba. We are on the academy. I will show you the premises that are around us in some minutes, but we are at everything here. The classroom room, our dojo, the part that I'm about to show. Then we have the ongoing activities at the shop floor. It's just a wall on the other side where we can see actually the business running. So this is immersive, okay? So it's a learning environment. Then it's a triad concept, okay? So as I told you, we have this digital room, okay, where actually we deliver the classrooms. So that's where we provide the knowledge, okay? But then we have the dojo itself, which is behind this wall, okay? And where we have what we call as being our model factory, okay? And this model factory is actually where we try out, okay? So it's not only knowledge, it's trying out. And as I have just mentioned, we have also the Gamba, okay, which is 100 meters away from here. And then that's where we got the experience, okay? So this is our triad, okay, guys? And as told, it's a dual use. Lean Academy Portugal use it, and Oyster and Frismag use it, okay? We have a joint calendar. We kind of schedule our sessions just to avoid overlapping, and that's why we have managing it through the year, okay? And finally, our model factory, the one that we imported from our colleagues from the Lean Institute in Turkey, and that now I think they are in a bunch of countries where we have different institutes. So Portugal, Spain, obviously Turkish, Netherlands, US, and probably some others that I even might not know. So this model factory actually is a line on a scale, 1-to-1 scale, where we have 4 positions, where we can have different persons, okay? And where we'll have our suppliers, we have our customers, and we have, okay, our logistics, okay? Internal and external. So this is our concept of a dojo. Okay, so moving on, let me just share how on this model factory, okay, where we or what we are now doing. So we have these 5 learning rounds, okay? That's the way we have set it up. We can have 10, 15, you name it, okay? We have chosen 5, okay? And we kind of start with production islands where we have the chaos initially, okay? It's the initial round. Nobody knows nothing about anything. And then we come up with the standardized work, so the concepts of basic stability, and we go through all the standardized work. So this is for the first couple of rounds. Then the third one, and from that one onwards, we move to the cell concept. And on the third round, we are experiencing the concept of flow, line balancing, and we start by the first couple of phases on 5S. Okay, fourth round, we move up to pull systems and we engage into the full 5S principles. So we stick to the cell, and at the final round, we kind of use it to stress. It's a stress test where we engage on different products, different takt times. We provoke absenteeism. So where we put some variation into the process and we see how the participants, how do they react, okay? And we can kind of be on the outside looking in and see where do they lack knowledge, do they lack leadership. So again, don't forget, we are using this one as an educational dojo, okay? So basically, this is it at this point in time. And now I want you to come with me, okay? I will start showing the premises around me, okay? So let's try to do it in a smooth way, okay? So here, it's our classroom. Okay, so this is our classroom, okay? It's set up for hosting 20 persons comfortably, okay? We have the digital board that you just saw there. We have a secondary one there. We have 2 cameras, okay, where we can deliver training to someone that is abroad in different locations. So we have this set of cameras. The participant can see the class, the participant can see the board and the educator. And so this is our learning space, okay? So nothing different than a classroom, okay? So come with me so I can now show you our dojo and the lab. So we are a wall away from our dojo, okay? It's just a case of opening it, okay? And here we can easily take advantage of our configuration, and we can change the LCD around, and there we go. In some seconds, we have our LCD turned to the dojo itself, where we deliver the training sessions. Okay, so what is our dojo about? So this is our space, you know. So we have here, as told, the configuration. It's now in a line configuration, okay? So we have the 4 stations. Just for you to understand, we use a key lock, okay? It's a key lock assemble, okay? Very simple mechanical parts assembled together, and where each one of the persons goes through this assembly process. Station 1, then moving down to station 2, station 3, and station 4, and where we deliver to our customer, okay? On the other end, you can see the internal logistics, okay? So here is where actually the logistics provide the manufacturing with parts, okay? They put it there, and then we have the milk run that goes around and collects the empty boxes, puts the full boxes. And for instance, we actually have end-ons. If the operator has some problem, we simulate the end-on, okay, and the visual management and how the team leader reacts to an emergency. And just to end up, we have on this side the simulation of our external supplier, okay? So this simulates the whole bunches and the warehouse, the whole bunches of parts, the different references, and we use it to simulate the complete supply chain. External supplier, internal logistics, manufacturing, and complete the cycle. On the other end, or at the end of the room, you can see Oyster and Frismark Dojo itself. It's a different purpose there. So they use these couple of stations for onboarding. Okay, they use TWI, they engage with the method. So they are very strict on that. So the job instructions is followed to the core. And so this is where they master that concept. Okay, but again, the partnership is there, and they can use our dojo as well. Okay, so no boundaries, full partnership. That's what really matters. Okay, so you have seen the place. Let me just conduct you to the remaining of our presentation, okay? So come with me. So nothing of this comes or came without inspiration. Okay, so let me guide you through what were the sources of my inspiration. Okay, and now I will change once again to my other camera. Okay, so just give me here 10 seconds so I can do it without making anything wrong. Okay, so changing camera to my own PC. Okay, and here we are again. Okay, so let me just share with you the remaining of the presentation. So I will go here to actually present. Okay, there we go. Share my screen and my presentation. Okay, so you should be seeing it now. So what were my sources of inspiration? So first, oops, sorry, there we go. Okay, so first it was all about Toyota production system. And then later on, as some of you know, the Toyota way since the turn of the century, okay? Then all these concepts are discussed and analyzed, and lots of learning happens within the Lean Global Network. So that's our learning network. So I have engaged with another institute, and those guys had filled me in with so many stories and cases. And I have learned a lot through these years. Then we came up with joint trip to Japan. It was our 10th anniversary of Lean Global Network. And actually, that was fascinating. We were able to see the dojos itself within the Toyota plant and really deep into the concept. And that's where we also engage with Joe Lee, which is actually a partner from the LGN. So he is or was a senior project manager on this succursal of Toyota Koyuchi Motors. And so I have learned a lot from Joe. But I have also learned a lot from our colleagues on Lean Enterprise Institute Hungary. That's where I heard first time about the concept of partnership. Okay, Hungary made something around these lines with Bosch, okay, at their own country. And then I came to know that Turkey had this model factory, and so the pieces of the puzzle starts to build in. And the sources, still on the sources of inspiration, during this journey to Japan, okay? So I have seen these skill dojos is on their walls, you know, so they publicize it as being a part of their learning process. They also have these, what they call these company-wide specialized skills exchange meetings. Okay, the name is long, okay, but the purpose is there. So they say employees representing each of Toyota plants in Japan gather once a year for technical skills competition and improve their abilities by learning from one another.
Sergio?
Yes?
5 minutes, okay?
Okay, yeah, thanks, yeah. That was so kind.
Sure.
Thank you. And they also have this world skills challenge, but everything starts at the dojo level, at each one of the facilities. Okay, but then they have this managing system of bringing out the best of each one of the persons, having those engaged, okay, and then spreading this learning around. Still on Japan, during our field trip there, some photos of the folks from the different institutes in Lean Global Network. And this was the dojo where actually we were for a full day. We were there trying to assemble these air vents. I don't know real the term in English. And actually we were the first ones to put in fire the facilities. That's a whole different story. Okay, but look at these happy faces at the end. Real learning from this day. I kept it in my memory as it was today. And with Joe was able to share a multitude of sources, and just check this one out. Okay, so this is a dojo of Toyota. Initial cycle, 6 seconds. Final cycle after training, 3 seconds. Okay, then this motion thing that they do, initial cycle. Okay, you see that on a normal way, the operator was able to deliver in 13 seconds. After the training, just check it out. So from 13 to 8. So you know that in Toyota, 1 second matters, 1 centimeter matters. So you can see that they master these concepts and they put it to the test, each one of their persons. And really, they even go to the detail of how to warm up, you know? So 1 minute in one direction, the other minute on the other direction. So it's always about learning. And last but not the least, just let me share with you guys, this was an amazing experience to have the chance to have this masterclass and later on to engage with Sadao Nomura-san. We even had the chance to have him at the Portugal Lean Summit 3 years ago. This is something of another world. You can see here not only the figure, but also their notes, his handwritten notes on how to teach a new operator. Okay, so this is going to the very core of Toyota, how they do it. And we fortunately have the chance to have this knowledge from these gentlemen and have it on a recent book that I can only say that you must have it on your shelf. It's the Toyota Way of Dontatsu, Radical Quality Improvement. And you can see that chapter 7 is about human development and education. Okay, so I kind of wrap up just where I started. So what is the problem that you are trying to solve? Is it selection, onboarding, learning, training, improving, coaching? Then what is the work that you need to know? Design your process of learning, define the project timeline, then move into the third dimension. How do we develop our capability? Do we need to hire persons? Do we need partners? Do we need to train our employees? Should we go on a benchmark and visit trips to learn how they are doing their own dojos? Then the central question, the management system. You need to have a dojo management system, okay? And finally, I will wrap up with what is your basic thinking. Are you trying to build an army of problem solvers? If that's your purpose, then this is the way to go, okay? So, Christoph, there we go. That's our bit from Portugal. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergio, for sharing this.